we kick off our journey in the realm of colonial thinking, where the Western perspective became convinced that it was the torchbearer of civilization, tasked with a global mission justified by a Machiavellian vision. The belief in the right to exploit all means for the demands of civilized humanity led to a substitutionary pattern involving uprooting and exterminating entire populations. Now let's rewind to the ancient world, guided by the pen of the Greek historian Herodotus. He divided the world into three parts: Asia, Libya, and Europe. Interestingly, he didn't associate these divisions with specific people. Being born in Asia didn't make him Asian, he remained Greek. The concept of Europeans as a distinct people didn't exist for him or others for a millennium after his time. Fast forward to the rise of Islam in the 7th century, reshaping the known geography. The Arab expansion altered the political and cultural landscape, with the Battle of Tours in 732 CE halting Arab attempts to conquer Frankish Europe. Moving into medieval Europe, the term Western wasn't used in this context. The natural contrast was between Christendom and Dar al-Islam, each viewing the other as infidels. The Moors' presence west of Ireland and Muslim rulers in the Iberian Peninsula until the 16th century challenged any simplistic West versus East narrative. Skipping ahead to the Ottoman Empire's gradual expansion into Europe from the late 14th century, we witness a slow reconquest beginning in 1529. The Ottomans eventually lost their Hungarian possessions in 1699, and Greece gained independence in the early 19th century, highlighting the intricate historical dynamics of the region. Now, let's transition to the late 19th century, a crucial period where the concept of the West as a distinct heritage and subject of study took root, flourishing during the era of imperialism. This concept gained widespread recognition in the 20th century, particularly after Oswald Spengler's influential book, The Decline of the West, following World War I. As we fast forward through history, we find that our modern understanding of Western culture largely crystallized during the Cold War. In the ideological battleground, a narrative emerged, linking Athenian democracy, the Magna Carta, the Copernican Revolution, and more, a narrative from Plato to NATO. This vision painted Western culture as inherently individualistic, democratic, liberty-minded, tolerant, progressive, rational, and scientific. However, this portrayal conveniently overlooked the fact that pre-modern Europe did not embody these characteristics. The term Western culture has evolved from a point of praise to one of criticism, emphasizing slavery, subjugation, racism, militarism, and genocide. Even critics, in their negative portrayal, inadvertently engage in the same essentialism, albeit in a different light. A significant challenge faced by the concept of Western culture is its implausibility. It attempts to centralize exalted intellectual and artistic achievements like philosophy, literature, art, and music. But these pursuits don't define the everyday lives of people. What truly binds us are the customs, habits, and behaviors that govern our interactions. However, challenging this organic view opens the door to a more cosmopolitan understanding. It acknowledges that every element of culture, from philosophy to cuisine, is separable and can coexist independently. This perspective allows for cultural fluidity, where individuals can adopt diverse elements without being confined by predefined cultural boundaries. In essence, values aren't a birthright. They require continuous care and consideration. Being in the West doesn't guarantee an inherent connection or commitment to Western civilization. Cultivating a culture of liberty, tolerance, and rational inquiry is a choice that individuals need to make actively. As we reflect on the concept of Western civilization, we must recognize that culture, along with religion and nation, offers identity, but can also become a form of confinement. These identities connect our local lives with broader movements, causes, and concerns, shaping a sense of belonging. Yet, in our interconnected world, a cosmopolitan perspective that draws on our common humanity is not just a luxury, but a necessity.